would now like to request Mr. Faisal Qamar again to share his wisdom on the future of business automation as our keynote speaker. Please, round of applause for Mr. Faisal Qamar.
Good afternoon once again. I will start, the topic is very interesting, very close to my heart. And I will start, I learned it, disruption is inconvenience. So he put it in the right word. So there are a couple of examples I will start my presentation with. I was giving a presentation to a large company in Lahore, and I'm just trying to mention you how change management comes in, and when you manage everything in-house, what are the risks involved to it. So when I was giving presentation and I was showing that anything and everything you would like to have, you will be available in your mobile app. So the first comment came to me that we have had a survey conducted in the company, and the company's employees are saying that our mobile is so private, we cannot use that app for you. So it was very interesting for me, and then I was dealing with a security risk team, with a large company, and there was a discussion on who's going to keep the encryption key. So we proposed that let's make it halves, and you keep one side and when we keep one side. But they said, no, we are going to keep the entire encryption key with us. We said, okay, no issues, you can have it. And just tell us, what are the procedure to retrieve the key. And then they get to know that they have yet to make a procedure for encryption key management. So what I'm trying to say that what a vendor or a specialist can cater to, you have very dim light to what's happening within your own department. So this presentation is about the first word, which is, all the time we talk about cloud. Why I emphasize about cloud so much, because from the day one in 2009 until now, I am not selling anything except cloud. I lost business a lot of times when client wanted me to have a private cloud or to have a desktop solution or just selling anything. I was constantly refusing because I had so much conviction that this is how the future is going to come up, and you can just think of anything and everything that until today I get as a response, from people that what cloud is. Cloud, the word is, I don't know, it somehow agonize somebody, insecure somebody, and so on and so forth. So the thing is, first what we have to, understand that it is considered a digital fortress if you want to learn what it is. And digital fortress means that, the first time we understand about enterprise cloud is what? Enterprise cloud is introduced to us by Amazon about 16, 17 years ago when they started their web services. And from 16 years, now we have tons of enterprise cloud all across available. And then, there are a lot of enterprise cloud platform application vendors also, just like us. So what happens, when you are making everything in-house, when you have made organization invested too much into the inside kind of a thing, you're stuck up most of the time on the upgrades with large amount of payroll costs. The thing is upgrading, downgrading, and at the end of the day, organizations is investing time which is so valuable, and out there in the market you can have the same kind of facilitation, hardly 20% of the total cost. So the first and the foremost solution and first and foremost concept of enterprise cloud, that it brings you cost saving. If you want to save, I'm a commercial man. By profession, I'm a chartered accountant. So from the last 11 years, I'm not telling the industry that you have to incur more cost. I'm very clear about it. These technologies are only going to bring more cost. Just imagine a desktop technology that you have bought inside, and then you want to go digital. Then you are hiring another team of mobile developers and making that app. In one company, 2 different applications. And every time you need to upgrade them, one application is going somewhere else, some application going somewhere else. Irrespective, you can have one system where both the things are synchronized. So the thing is expense, expense, expense. And when you talk about enterprise cloud, the thing is all the hassles are handed over to professionals. So risk are there, and mitigation is also very, very clear that what it can do to you. In Pakistan, we are passing through that evolution process, which is going to take time, but the process has started. There are lots and lots of encouragement, and I'm quite happy to see the way SAP has brought those 4 different types of offering, on HANA, Oracle, the way they have come up, and the way now the learning is keep enhancing about enterprise cloud is very fascinating to see. And I think I can speak on behalf of the entire vendor community in Pakistan that they pursue, the right way of technology, and the right way of technology is only one, that you have to transform into cloud. And we need to embrace cloud. In-house, you don't know what's happening. In-house, your scalability is always a question mark. You put up a capital request once again, that takes plenty of time. And after 3 years, the kind of obsolescence we have been experiencing in hardware market, the thing is every 2 years you have a obsolete infrastructure available to you. So why not hand it over to them? As my personal experience, I went with IBM software data centers globally, and I never intended from the day one that I'm going to ever have my own infrastructure team. I outsourced virtual machines on enterprise cloud with IBM. What they give me? They give me tier 4 support. They give me all kind of certifications with us. The certification are 3-4. When you go with a data center like IBM and software, there are 5 pages of certification that they have done it. And tier 4, what I learned means that after 9/11, if the plane is crashed into that building, nothing is going to happen to the data center. That's how we identify tier 4 kind of a thing. So the most important part is that whatever you're buying today, whatever vendor you are certifying today, in terms of what kind of solution you would like to have, the first question you have to ask your company that, are you a cloud mature company? If and when it's going to happen, it's not about, it's going to happen or not. I was all clear, past a decade that, this is the way it's going to be. Now it has started to happen. We are hearing more and more about it. And the thing is, at the same time, when you don't go on an enterprise cloud and don't go on an enterprise application, every team has to come twice. And at the end of the day, you increase more cost, to the process. How do you do it? The first thing is realization. The first thing is acknowledgement. The acknowledgement that हमारा सेट नहीं मानेगा, हमारे सेट को नहीं मना सकता कोई, हमारे आईटी को कोई नहीं मना सकता, बिकॉज हमारे पास जो है वो, और मुझे ये भी आज तक समझ में नहीं आया कि हमारे पास जो है वो वाई आईटी इज़ इंटरेस्टेड इन नॉन कोर, आई रियली डोंट नो. मतलब देयर जॉब इज़ टू मेक contribution by information technology on the corporate mission of the company. Why they are interested to have payroll database with them? Half the CIOs, when I'm concluding the business, asking me, can we get the database access mirrored, on our server? So I said, man, if I'm selling an enterprise cloud platform, how this question is relevant? I'm going to share my recipe with you. By all means, you share the concerns with me. What concerns do you have? If you have a confidentiality concern, I have all the reasons to mitigate that. So the security, the reverse psyche is that on an enterprise cloud, on a digital solution, your security is much more scaled up. And that myth has to be broken. If you don't break the myth, The thing is, you continue to be, on the same drag. And in 2021, and the thing is, the only thing is, find enterprise cloud, there are many. And look at that, Office 365, now applications are coming up, Oracle, Microsoft, SAP, they all are offering, solutions on enterprise cloud. That's the way out, and I really don't know that this transformation, when it will come in 3 years' time, how much organizations are going to invest. It's a good news for the vendors with enterprise cloud solutions. And at the same time, it's a challenge for all of them. Pakistani market has 14% multinationals, 86% local contribution. Sir, we have a huge room to transform this country. And this is the beginning of that shift. And in Pakistan, close to about 45 million people are paid salary. And we have reached only 150, and rest of the outsourcing vendors have reached close to about 1.5 million. The thing is, there is a long way to go. The concept, like West, is here and is going to stay there. Machines are going to replace people in all non-core areas. The thing is, we have started that function. We have introduced AI into payroll review. We don't need, long payroll department, to have those reconciliation done. The machines are going to do it. You don't need anybody, to tell you what your tax, calculation is. Your AI is going to tell you what tax calculation is. So at the end of the day, the most important part is, if you stuck into your on-prem philosophy and your technology strategy is not right, and I have been keep saying more and more about technology strategy, what kind of platforms you're going to use. You want your ERP, but you don't talk about technology. But if you don't talk about technology, ignoring and leaving it to tech people and leaving it to CFOs, the thing is, the decisions will be on whims. And at the end of the day, who's going to cost? It's going to cost to the company. So that's my last bit, and it starts with a change. And at the end of the day, no great improvements in the lot of mankind are possible until a great change takes place in the fundamental constitution of their modes of thoughts. And that's, what we need to do. So let's embrace enterprise cloud. Let's embrace digital solution. Save, and get ready for the future. Thank you very much, everyone.